welcome back everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick, you're on the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis, depending on where you are in the world. This game is called ZOOL, it's a platformer published by Gremlin Graphics in 1994, but in the US I think it's released by Game Tech. Now it's a game that really has been converted from the Amiga, which was a smash hit in 1992, let's keep it on normal, and they decided because it's such a big hit there, let's move it over to the Mega Drive, which is awash with cool platform games, which is it's a bit of a battle. So give it the full name, it's ZOOL, Ninja of the Nymph Dimension, and we must control this ant, there we go there, called ZOOL, through 7 islands of different levels, and at the end of each level you defeat a boss. Now you can jump about, there's controls to do a little spin thing, and you can shoot also. It's very, very quick, this game, at least it was on the Amiga, and it seems, well, even a little bit quicker here as well. So, it doesn't seem to play exactly the same as the Amiga version in terms of movement. It's one of those ones where you need to learn the levels, and then you can go as quickly as you can. Now, you'll see at the bottom there, my score, next to that is C, with 30, by collecting sweets and candy cane, that will gradually go down. We need to get that to 0, and then we can get the gate at the end, and all the way through not dying. Now this game, good as it was on the Amiga, it was like an advertising campaign for Chupa Chups sweets. We have to try and ignore that as I died already. Well, let's see if I can get off the end of the level. There are power-ups in this, one that you can have 2 players playing at the same time. When I say 2 players, one of them is controlled by the computer. So it doubles your firepower. Hopefully we'll activate that. So we're in some sort of cake sweet land to begin with. Can I go up there? I don't think so. Right. As you can tell, I haven't played this version at all. Seeing how it plays, it's very fast. Like a lot of the games back in the day, especially if they come out on the Mega Drive, those compared to Sonic the Hedgehog. This is supposed to be a Sonic Beta on the Amiga, weren't they all? But yeah, this is the, I suppose, the Amiga's best effort. It doesn't seem to play quite the same here. I think I prefer the way, I don't know why, the Amiga version feels. This seems a bit, I don't know, a bit staccato perhaps. Is that the right word? I don't know. Now, if you had this one back in the day, let me know. On the Commodore Amiga, ZOOL 2 did come out. I don't think that made it to the Mega Drive. If you know that, then let me know. So you've got the idea, haven't you? Bound around like a twit, collect items to get that counter to 0. See, it's on 4 at the moment, and then get to the end of the level without dying. You see the time ticking down as well, I believe, on the right there. That goes to 0, we're dead as well. So you can't hang about. You can dawdle, explore the level if you want to, but it pays dividends to actually learn it beforehand. And I believe there are save points as well. Avoid the B. If you jump and spin, you can destroy all those things. So there's lots of traps if you're going too fast. Good. Right, see? So I've got to the end, but it's not unlocked because I haven't got enough stuff. Actually, I think that's a save point, actually. So 2, 1. What's that ledge there? Jump on that. Whoop, boing, boing. Jelly. What's that? I think that thing might be an upgrade there, that white cloud. If I can get up to it. Right, jump, Nick. Get on it. Good. What did that do? I think it just released a level. Right, so a number of power-ups on this, if you're good enough to unlock them, which I probably aren't. There's some licorice all sorts down the bottom. Chupa Chups. Yes. Okay, this was a dentist's dream, I think, this one. Kids playing this would have subliminal advertising and rotted their whole teeth. If you did get caught up in that, let me know. I think in terms of Mega Drive, as I say, it was awash with cool platformers. I think although I wasn't very good at it, big surprise there, I do prefer Sonic the Hedgehog. That was the definitive, that was their talisman. There we go, end of that level. Well, there's each level, each island is made up a certain number of stages, and we go on to the next one. So 1994 on the Mega Drive, 1992 on the Commodore Amiga. Level 1-2. Right. No, I don't think I'm going to get much further in this, but we've pretty much seen how it's played. It is making me a little bit dizzy, moving around quite fast. Well, it would be if I was controlling it properly. Bit of a Super Mario, if you jump on the enemies they die, but by hitting the C button you can spin around and blast them out of all existence anyway. Right, oh, good. Right, I'm making a bit of a meal of this thing, as you can tell. But this isn't all about good gameplay, as you're probably aware by now if you've followed the channel for even a day. It's just about having a laugh, seeing how the game plays to the ranked amateur, and trying to decide how does it compare with the rest of the games. Well, we've got the upgrade there I was telling you about, the 2-player thing. Yeah, it's telling you how it played back in the day, and would you have gone back to it as a kid. I think if I was gifted it, I would have gone back every now and again, but there's a lot better on the Amiga than the Mega Drive compared with what else was out at the time. yeah, it gets a bit absorbed or hidden among everything else that was released. But if this was your favourite on the Mega Drive, then let me know below. Did you spend a lot of time with it? Or was you more of a Sonic the Hedgehog person, or another platformer, which there were absolutely loads, which I'm sure we'll come to eventually. Right, 43 was that left to get. There's lots of different levels and stages in this one. There's mini games as well. I believe somewhere or other there's some sort of Space Invader thing, so I've been led to believe. Is that true? Is that not true? I don't know. So this is an ant, and he's a ninja of the nymph dimension, which I'm sure abbreviates to the number 9. The German word for no. Look, I've got killed by Blancmange there. It's not a good go if you get killed by Blancmange. They're probably the weakest of all enemies for a ninja. I haven't known of any ninja sect that was destroyed completely by Blancmange. If you are a member of the ninjas destroyed by them, then let me know. How did that happen? Some crazy mixed events there. Dun 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 dun. Music's not too bad on this one. It does move quite fast. I feel like there's a few frames missing though. Amiga versions seem to move a bit quicker, but that might be nostalgia playing tricks on me, because you tend to like more the ones you played back in the day with the systems that you owned. Admittedly, I never owned a Mega Drive, so I'm just finding out about it now. If you want to see what other games I've reviewed so far on this system, we're gradually building them up. Check out the Reviewed Games channel. Reviewed games Sega Mega Drive 1 to 50. We're currently working on 51 to 100 at time of recording. So a little way to go before we do that next roundup. Right, where's the end here? So we need 27 more sweets. Enough to make anyone ill. Go Ninja Ant. What other ninja animals are there? Probably a few. I'm trying to think of an animal giving the name N, which would have blended with Ninja. No, is there an animal that begins with the letter N? Newt. Ninja Newt. That's all I can think of so far. There's probably loads of N animals that I can't think of immediately. But you'll probably screen them at the channel, like an elephant and a crocodile, yeah, an alligator, all those. Right. We've got 12 left to get. There's always more sweets there than what you actually need, which is quite good, at least early on. So we've got 0. Let's keep spinning and spinning and spinning and get to the end. As Little Richard said, if you're aware of that song, spinning, spinning, spinning. I think that song was called Jenny, Jenny, Jenny. Anyway, do a YouTube, Little Richard, Jenny, 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 if it is called that. Or did I dream it? It wasn't spinning. I'm sure he did some spinning. Spinning like a silver ball, I think he said in that lyric. Someone's bound to say the correct lyric in the comments section below. So is the wonder of the comments and the internet. So if you're one of these people that does comment quite regularly, then thank you. I don't underestimate that. It makes the channel look popular, so thank you for doing your bit. Hooray to you. Excellent. 10 out of 10. Right, come on, Ninja Ant. Whoa. Ants can fall a big distance. I was trying to get it to give him the letter N then. Antelope, is that an ant? Elephant, I suppose that's a big ant. Fire hydrant, that is not an ant. Right, that's the end of the ant jokes. Thank God for that. Right, listen to the music if you can. So you can climb walls, do somersaults, do special jumps. Well, normal jumps really, but it would be special for me. Where's the end here? Right, 42. Keep going. Like you just don't care. Well, you do a bit. So it would have eaten quite a few hours. If I'd bought this as a kid, I wouldn't have been too disappointed. But as I say, my preference is for the Commodore Amiga version. ZOOL 2 didn't come out on the Mega Drive. Correct me if I'm wrong. I like being corrected. Right, level 1 and 3, get ready, as they say in Speedball 2. At least on the Amiga version. Anyway. Am I going to get to the end here? Strength not looking overly brilliant. Keep going, sir. Let's get over this cake. I wouldn't mind a slice of that cake, actually. It looks like it's got licorice all sorts in it. So Smarties, Chupa Chups. Oh, man. Those things on the walls there are pretty tricky. Who owns this bakery? If indeed that's what it is. It's an island made up entirely of cake. All the animals on it are hugely diabetic, I presume, and got no teeth left. So it'd be no good for ivory poachers, so maybe that's how they survive. The elephants, I mean, from before. Nick, what you talking about? Rubbish, as per usual. Some people think this is scripted. Well, they must be pretty insane, because who would script this rubbish? Not me. Can you imagine that written down on a bit of paper? I'm making it up as I go along. Hooray! That's always the best way to do it. Diddly-din, din-din-din, diddly. Well, I'm sure I make it out. I am making it out as I go along. I write on a bit of paper the game, in case I forget its name, who it's by, the year, and a few other tidbits, but that's about it, really. So what can we say about this platform as I go around like a fool? It's fast-paced action. Sometimes it's too fast, so you don't know what you're doing. Collecting sweets, get to the end, and try and get power-ups every now and again. That's it, really. I like the way the background scrolls. Looks like there's a bit of depth there. Is it about 4 layers? 1, 2, yeah, about 4 layers depth, so that's good. I'm not sure, I don't think the Amiga version had that. Or did it? I can't remember. It's been a way since I've actually reviewed it. Can we get to the end? So if you're watching this and you're trying to get off sweets, it's probably isn't the best. Resist it. I mean, nowadays, I suppose, I've never smoked, but it would be like him going over cigarette land and alcohol land, or whatever you're into. I don't want to get myself into trouble here. But it's aimed at kids, this, so sweets was the key, at least on the first island. Right, it must be near the end now. 9 bits to get. Come on, where are all the sweets? Oops, oh man. Oh, God. Right, we need another 9. There's a save point there. Right, that's it. 5 more. We can probably get up there, can we? They always give you too many sweets on this. Oh, there's a power up there. Will we get it? Yes, 10,000. Hurrah! 3 left to get. And I've been killed by Fred Bassett, I think. Oh no. We did get past the save point though, didn't we? So I think this might be my last life and then we'll get out of here. We've seen enough of this chaotic game to say it's not good if you suffer from inertia, sickness or something like that. It moves a bit too quick for my liking, but that's not a bad thing about the game. It's just myself here. Some people like it quick, and if it's trying to be Sonic, well yeah, probably moves quicker than Sonic, doesn't it, to be honest with you? But it's a bit too quick for my own liking. A man that grew up with the likes of Manic Miner and Jet Set Willy. But that's just an age thing. Retro gaming is always what games were playing when you was a kid. I'm a bit of an older kid by the time this come out. Yeah, retro for me is 8-bit gaming. This is still retro, but I suppose I'd have to say super retro for the ZX Spectrum and Commodore 64 and that sort of era, right? Game over, dude. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. There's a lot to like there, but as I say, my preference is for the Amiga version I grew up with. That was ZOOL, or ZOOL Ninja of the Nth Dimension, on the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis, depending on where you are in the world. Hosted by Gremlin Graphics in 1994, or GameTech if you're in the US. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.